You know, hot tents are all the rage right now, but what if you don't want to deal with the firewood, tending a fire all night long? And what if you want to actually have a thermostat in your tent? Well, I think I have the solution right here, but let's open it up and test it out. I've always wanted to test out a diesel-powered hot tent. The idea has actually been with me for a few years. Now, full disclosure, hcalory did send this Toolbox Max heater to me for my honest review. But they don't get to see the video before it goes live. My thoughts are my own, and this is going to be my honest review of the unit and its operation. I'm just really excited about the prospect of having a diesel-powered hot tent for this winter. I think if it works, it'll be fun to take my son out winter camping for the first time. Typically, this is used in rooftop tents and campers, but can it be used in a ground tent? Or is this simply overkill? Okay, I've got my trusty screwdriver. I think this is the only tool I need to completely assemble this unit, which is pretty cool. So I need this for the little band clamps that go on the exhaust, and I need this for the bigger band clamps that go on the heating tube here that's going to go into the tent. Okay, let's try this out. This is a little tricky to get onto the exhaust, but I found that if you just kind of rotate it back and forth, it'll slip on there, like that. There we go. That makes it a lot easier. And now I'm going to put the muffler on. This is going to reduce the noise that this thing has. There's no direction on it, so I'm assuming it can go on either way. There we go, like that. And then we've got the little directional thing here. This is going to allow you to kind of direct the flow of the heat in a certain direction. So I'm going to want to put this kind of like facing upwards inside the tent to try to keep it away from blowing directly on me. Voila! The unit also comes with some mounting brackets and some hookups, so you can hook this up to 12 volts power, which is really nice. So you can hook this up to your car battery or to your overland battery or whatever. I am going to use this with my power station. So I'm going to plug it directly into 120 AC. But if I had a battery bank or solar bank or something like that, I could also plug it in with this, which is cool. This bracket is for the muffler right through here. You can mount that in a more secure location if you're going to install this in a vehicle. I will say the directions are pretty good, except for page 5, which I'm sure they're going to fix. But page 5 has some kind of jumbled words here. They're all there. It's all English. It's just a little jumbled up. Your brain kind of fills in the blanks, but it is kind of humorous. Page 5 and 6 of the directions, a little weird. But the rest of the directions are really nice, like good diagrams. Very good. So I kind of panicked a little bit because I touched the screen to get the film off of it, and the screen kind of like looked like it cracked. And I think it's just the LCD display. Maybe it's a little cold or something like that, but it recovered. It looks like it's recovered completely, but I'm going to give you a little demo of what that looks like just so you don't freak out when you try this yourself. So if you touch the screen, it's going to kind of like make a cracked look. But it recovers. Okay, so it's taken me about 10-15 minutes to install all the parts for this diesel heater and get it ready to go. Now all that's left is I just need some diesel fuel. So we're going to go to the gas station, put some diesel fuel in this thing, and then fire it up and see how it works. Do you think this is going to be overkill? I mean, I kind of think this is going to be overkill, but also awesome. So if you're really into comfort camping, maybe this is what you've been waiting for. Let's find out. With a full tank of diesel, this heater has been reported to run up to 62.5 hours on a single fill of 7.5 liters. It features wireless temperature sensing, and it has an IPX4 rain and snow resistance. The Toolbox Max has an aluminum body, and it takes only 3 minutes to warm up to provide heat. Through the smart hcalory app, you can access high altitude mode, multiple timers, automatic start and stop, 10 adjustable heat levels, and fan mode. When you first start up the unit, it's going to smoke a little bit, but once it's running for a little bit, it cleans up. Okay, so we got a full tank of diesel. This thing is running. It is quite warm in here already. I've got it set on 10 on the remote. I think I'm going to turn it down because it's already just baking in here. But yeah, you can hear that it's running, and I'm able to talk over this like super easily. What do you think, buddy?
It's good in here.
It's good? You think we can go camping in the wintertime in here?
Yeah.
It'd be nice and toasty?
Yeah, really toasty.
Okay, so he approves. That's good. But yeah, this thing is just, yeah, it's really hot coming out of there.
Yeah.
Turn it down, huh? Okay, so I'm in my short sleeve shirt right now. I am absolutely super warm. It's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit outside and about 74 in here right now. So yeah, it's pretty warm. I've got it set on 2. I think I'm going to kick it down even more. And I'm also going to try out the thermostat feature. This remote is set to Celsius right now, so I got to figure out how to set it to Fahrenheit. Otherwise, I have no idea what I'm working with. All right, so it's super simple. I didn't even have to look at the manual to figure this out. You just push the gear icon in the very center, and it switches between Celsius and Fahrenheit. So really, very intuitive. I haven't had to consult the manual ever since I set this thing up initially, so that's pretty cool. So the really amazing feature about this specific heater is the remote that it comes with and the app for your phone. Both allow you to control the thermostat feature for this heater, so you can actually set the temperature that you want in the space. So theoretically, you can keep your tent at a cozy 70 degrees and not sweat like a nun at a corn concert. So to test this, I'm going to use my Govee thermometer to track the temperature inside the tent, and I'm going to leave this diesel heater running all day. So we're going to be able to see just how consistent it can keep this tent against the 40-degree outside temperature. So my completely random criteria for whether this is going to be a success or not is that I'm going to say that a plus or minus 3-degree variance is going to be acceptable. Okay, so I've been recording the temperature data for a while now with this little experiment, and it looks like we are hitting plus 6 degrees and minus 4 degrees. So a pretty good swing there, but not out of the question for a really small tent like this. If it was a bigger tent or a bigger like rooftop tent, then I bet you it would be a lot more consistent. But yeah, pretty good. I'm gonna call this a win. I'm gonna call it a win. And another really awesome safety feature is that they have a parts per million CO meter right here, so that you can track whether you're getting a carbon monoxide buildup inside your tent or not. And with the carbon monoxide detector, you can actually set the levels inside the app, and you can tell it to give you a visual alert at 350 parts per million, and then actually turn the heater off at 550 parts per million, or whatever you want it to be. So if you think it's unhealthy at 200, you can set it at 200 and it'll turn off, which I think is really awesome. And for reference, this thing isn't even showing any parts per million right now, which is pretty awesome. I was initially a little worried about how hot the muffler got, but I'm going to show you that it's not hot at all. I can basically hold on to it, and it feels warm, but it's not super hot. The pipe down below the muffler is a little bit more hot. I can't hold on to it for very long, but it's definitely not burning up any leaves or anything that's nearby it. But you should have this thing properly mounted using the mounting brackets so that it holds the unit up off the ground just a little bit. My only two kind of negatives about the unit are that the heater hose that it comes with is very stiff, and it's actually quite short. It's like a 3 or 4 foot short hose. I think I'm going to upgrade that hose to a dryer vent hose, so that I get a little bit more flexibility out of it, and then I can get it further away from the tent. And then the owner's manual has just those 2 pages with a little bit of funky text on them, but that's really not a big deal. I'm sure they're going to get that sorted out pretty quick. So those are my 2 kind of negatives about the unit. But other than that, my experience has been very good. So my honest thoughts on this thing are that it is awesome. They really knocked it out of the park with the design of this thing. Compared to their previous models, this is absolutely awesome. The seamless app and remote functionality is it's rock solid. Absolutely love it. I cannot wait for the super cold weather to come so that I can get out and enjoy some cozy camping in my tent and in my big wall tent. It's just gonna be awesome. So what do you think? Is this overkill, or is this a game-changing comfort upgrade for winter camping? Let me know in the comments if you would try this out. If you're interested in picking up one of these hcalory diesel heaters, there's actually a discount right here that I'll give you for 15% off at checkout. I hope you found this useful, or at least entertaining. We'll see you later.